Look, the Pittsburgh Steelers, they are about to look very different. Some great news heading into the Cincinnati game. And what I want to talk about is this. This is the headline. This is the type of headline that we're seeing absolutely everywhere. What are we going to do? Aaron Rodgers stinks. He had his worst game as a Steeler. We need to run him out of town, like whatever. I'm going to talk about something different in this video. I want to talk about what their major issue on this offense versus the Chargers, what it really is, and who's coming back to save it. Who's coming back to make this offense what it should be. What I'm telling you is the biggest issue on this offense, it is not Aaron Rodgers. The straw that stirs the drink on this offense, it's the running game. And the biggest missing piece against the Chargers was the absence of an offensive lineman. I'm talking about Isaac Seumalo. Now, the loss of Isaac, that was felt against the Chargers because if you look at the stats, the Steelers' rushing EPA per play, it was way worse without him in the lineup. And if you look at the game, if you look at the tape, it does more than suggest this team is much more efficient and effective at running when number 73 is in the lineup. And then in this video, I'm going to talk about how important he is to the team, how this should be the focus, and why you're going to see a completely different offense with him being back in this upcoming game against Cincinnati. So once again, in this video, I'm going to talk about how important he is to the team and why you're going to see a different offense. Let's get to it. And I think it also comes down to the fact that the Steelers love to run the jumbo package. Is it explosive? No. But it's been the recipe for this run game that's been so successful at times. And in order to run it, you have to have a healthy offensive line. It has to be completely intact. Plus, you have to have a sixth lineman to plug in that can play effectively. Bring in Washington at guard, stir it up. You've got a dominant run game. And this is really what drives the Arthur Smith offense, right? Now, we're going to agree on something, right? Is this offense explosive? Absolutely not. This is one of the problems that I had when Arthur Smith was hired. I'm like, this offense is never going to be explosive. It's never going to be top notch. Also, is it made to come from behind? I think we've seen that it's not. Realistically, no. But I heard something on Good Morning Football this morning that pointed out really how bad the Arthur Smith offense is when the team's behind. Now, get this. An Arthur Smith offense, whether he's head coach or whether he's offensive coordinator, it's never come back from a deficit larger than 13 points. It's never come back from a deficit of more than 8 points with 5 minutes left in the game. Now, such a limitation to what Arthur Smith runs, right? It's meant to control the game. It's meant to close out games. Lots of 13, 14 personnel. Now, do I love it? I don't love it. I think it's outdated. But this is what we have, and the key is to play bully ball and close games out. This is who Arthur Smith has been at every single stop as a head coach, as a coordinator. So the news that the Steelers will likely have Seumalo back this week is absolutely huge. So while everybody's talking about Aaron Rodgers, this is the real thing we should take notice of. And let's hear what's coming here from Mike Tomlin and also some news on some other injuries. Let's just hear what he has to say. Isaac Seumalo, he's expected to participate in some capacity and then kind of build and go on from there, but we're optimistic about his return. Scotty Miller, he's been cleared to practice with his broken finger, and we have some other bumps and bruises associated with play that may limit some people. And there may be some veteran players, etc., that we manage at the early portions of the week this time of year. So none of those we expect to be significant in terms of player availability. Here's another guy we want to hear about, Cole Holcomb. He's still working his way back to us. He'll be a limited participant to start this week, and we'll see where that participation goes in terms of the amount and the quality of it. Now, here's another player, Darius Slay. He's in the concussion protocol, and so we'll let the protocol determine his availability. And now we're talking about Jabril Peppers. He was running in a limited capacity the latter part of last week. I'd imagine that'll make him a limited participant tomorrow, and we'll just kind of go from there. So last week, Seumalo, he missed all 3 practices. Even if he's back in a limited capacity, that bodes well for his return to action against the Bengals. So it might not be a lifeline. It might not be a total lifeline for an offense. They look dead on arrival during this Chargers game, but it's a huge step in the right direction for Pittsburgh, an offense that is really driven by the running game. Now, I'd be remiss if I didn't say something about Aaron Rodgers, so let's do the obligatory Aaron Rodgers portion of this show. It seems like that's what people want, but granted, Tomlin, he did in fact have some things to say about Aaron Rodgers as well, and this is shortly after the Pittsburgh Steelers became 5-4 versus the Chargers. Ugly 25-10 loss. We don't have to talk about it anymore. Rodgers admitted that he didn't produce his best performance at SoFi Stadium, but while speaking with reporters on Tuesday, Mike Tomlin, he also indicated that he's not overly concerned about his starting quarterback over the second half of the season. So when he was asked if he has any long-time concerns about Aaron Rodgers, this is what he said. Sunday night is what it was. This is talking to ESPN's Brooke Pryor. But I have no long-term reservations about his ability to play the position and play the position at a high level for us. It's one game, you guys. And against the Chargers, not great. 16 of 31 pass attempts, 161 yards, 2 picks. That hardly ever happens. And he was really responsible for a bad safety at the hands of Khalil Mack as well, who he has experience playing against during his time with the Chicago Bears. So this is a little more from him. I'm not going to chalk it up to an off night, but there are no long-term concerns, once again, from Tomlin. So we're looking at, as Pittsburgh Steelers fans, what are you guys looking at? You're looking at a team that's lost 3 of its last 4 games. That's after starting 4-1. But over those outings, you're looking at Rodgers not only doing 8 touchdown passes, but 4 interceptions. He's also taken 9 sacks. That's got to be cleaned up. Sayamalo coming back into the fold is going to help with that, and I think the Steelers are definitely hoping that this is just an anomaly of Aaron Rodgers. I think it is an anomaly, but understandably, this loss caused some fans, some pundits, pretty much everybody to have some worries. I want to hear what ESPN NFL insider Jeremy Fowler had to say about these takes. This is what Jeremy Fowler had to say. The Steelers are hoping Rodgers' play Sunday in Los Angeles was an aberration. They've been pleased with Rodgers' play leading up to that game. But this is the first week in which he'd look old and skittish in the pocket. I'll agree with that. They couldn't pull off a move for a wide receiver at the deadline, and it's obvious they need an additional piece for when defenses load up against the tight end heavy sets. I mean, one piece of good news, they are hosting a 3-6 Cincinnati Bengals team that's responsible. They have an awful defense, so this could be a get-right game. I really don't think they're going to get boat run by Joe Flacco for a second time. Definitely not at home. And then we're talking about as of Wednesday morning, this morning, ESPN actually has Pittsburgh as a 5.5 favorite for the matchup. It's at Acrisure Stadium, it's at home, and it's on Sunday afternoon. I can't wait for the game. I think we're going to be pleasantly surprised, and we'll see what everybody has to say after the Steelers dominate the Bengals. I think it's going to happen. You guys have faith. You're still leading the division. Baltimore is on their way up, but you guys still lead the division. All is not lost. Aaron Rodgers is still the right quarterback for your team, and this defense is going to hum with the addition of Asante Samuel. So much to still feel positive about. I'm going to continue to be positive no matter what you say. And appreciate you guys. Continue to hit the subscribe button as we build this channel together. You guys are awesome. Enjoy the week leading up to the game, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. See ya.